Today's episode is going to be mainly focused around building out another second level just so we can test things more. And then we also, once we've got a second level finished, we are going to work on trying to develop a starting point for each level, because for when we start the game, obviously we're going to start on level one, but then one level is one. When we complete level one, we want to clear level one out of the scene and then spawn level two in, and then we need to somehow get the cube to start in the correct starting position. So we're going to go and try and do that. And then depending on how long that will take, we might add in some kind of level complete panel. We might do that before we do the start position, actually. We'll see. But let's go and jump into the game quickly, and let's just start getting our second level rather, complete. So we're just going to create a simple level. So we're going to call this 2. We might, first of all, let's go and disable that because we want that out of the way for now. And then on 2, we will go and reset our game object. And then so that's situated in the, or positioned in the middle of the scene. Let's just focus on that and zoom out a bit. And then in our prefabs folder, we should have, okay, so we didn't create our wall prefab. So I'm going to copy and paste one of these. So I'm going to copy one of those and paste it underneath there. And then what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to do nothing with it, to be fair. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste it underneath our 2 game object over here, because this is where we're going to create our second level. So we are going to leave it exactly where it is, because I mean we can leave it there. We'll start off creating our level over here, and then what I want to try and do is I wanted to try and make a level that, actually let's do this. Let's zoom out here and just plan out this level quick. So if I zoom in, well, not zoom in, but go this way, and then just try and get like a top-down overhead view. Let's get rid of that so we can see our scene. So here is what we want to do. Let's go and plan this level out. So obviously we have a wall over there. We'll keep that one over there. We'll have some sort of barrier over here. Then we will have, let's say, another one that goes this way, and then we can have 2 paths. So we'll create 2 paths in this level. One path that goes this way and one path that goes that way. But they will both lead to the same final destination, I guess. So this one could be something like that, maybe, and then we'll have our final destination over here. So we'll leave that like that, and then we'll just make that something like that. So this is where our final destination is, and then we'll have this one that goes something like that. I don't know, something that looks similar to that, I guess. So we're going to have 2 paths. You can either choose path 1 or path 2, but you're not going to know which way is the shortest. So that's something you'll have to try and figure out by playing the game. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that so that I can see what it looks like. Because if I hide that, we won't be able to see it. I'm going to forget what our level is going to look like. So this is what we're going to go and create right now. Let's go and put these walls in so that we can get this sorted. So we'll leave this one over here. In fact, we will increase the length of it to about 7, and then we'll move it to -5. Nope, -4. But we will put it at 1, I guess. No, we'll put it at -1. Nope, we'll put it at 0. We'll leave it there. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to put a barrier over here. So we'll copy and paste this. This one is going to be 3 on the x-axis and 1 on the z-axis. So that we can push up here, and then we can put there, and then we can just go and round those off. So that is going to be -5, and that's going to be 4. That's -5, yep. And then what else do we want to do? We want to copy this, paste it, and then put it over here, but I'm going to shift it off to the middle so that when we rescale it down to, I think it's going to be 2, and then this will be -6, no, that is going to be, what is it? It's going to be -6 and 2.5, I believe. Okay, so here we have the start of our first level. Now we want to create a little, well, let's go and copy this. We can copy this and paste it, and then just rotate it 90 degrees like that. And that we can go and put over here. So that's going to be -7.5, and then that's going to be 2. All of that, I feel like that doesn't fit. Does it fit? Yeah, it looks like it fits. So I think that's fine. Okay, cool. That's fine for now. Now let's go and copy this again. There probably is a better way of doing this, but who knows? We are going to do it like this just to get the game started. So that's going to be -8, and then that will be at 3.5. But I want to make it a little bit bigger and put that at 3. So we'll round that off to 4, and then that should be fine. Now we can go and copy and paste that, and then shift it down. I think it's to 0. There we go. We'll increase it to 3, and then we'll put this at -7. So that's going to create the kind of like a branch to go out from one direction and then also have another direction going straight off. So that's fine. Then we can copy that one and paste this one over here, or rather move it over here. So that's going to be at -1.5. We will increase it to 4, and then we will shift it down there and then round that off to 2.5, -2.5. All right. So there we have the start of our first level. So let's go and copy this one and shift it all the way down here, round it off to -5, and then we'll scale it up to about 5, and then shift it down this way. Actually, let's scale it up to 6, and then move it back here. Put this one at -3.5, so that should be fine. Then we want to copy it and paste it up here, like that. But we want to scale it down, so let's put this at 4 maybe, and then we'll paste that there. So that is going to be at -1.5 and -3. Okay, that's fine. What else do we want to do? Then we want to increase the size of this one because this one's wrong. That's going to be 5. I'll shift it down 1 unit to -8. Then we can copy this one, I believe. Shift this down over here somewhere, like that. That's going to be -10, and that's going to be -2. Nope, that's going to be 2, I think. Yeah, 2. Okay, so there's our, it's kind of looking quite good. There's part of our level. Now we need to wrap these both around so that they meet somewhere over there. So let's see. This, we can copy this one and paste this over here. Can I zoom in? So that we can, do we need to scale it up? No, we'll leave it like that. So we'll move this one to a -9, and this will be 6. Then we can just copy and paste that one and shift it down. Did I not paste it? Okay, so we'll move it down here, and then we'll put this one at -11. And then that stays at 4 because it's already rounded off, so that should be fine. Now we'll copy this one and paste it and then push it there. So that's going to be -12, and then we'll push it up to about 6. Do we need to scale it up? Nah, it should be fine. We can just copy this one because it's already long. Shift it this way and then shift it down here and then push it next to it so that we can round these off. -9.5, and this is going to be 8. All right, so for this one we can just scale this up a little bit. So we have this one, we can just scale up to about, let's try 10, and we'll put this one over there. We might have to change it a little bit just now, but we'll see -5.5. So that should be enough to get our cube around it. Now we need to go work on the other side. Actually, we need to increase the size of this one. So this one is going to be 11, roughly. And we will increase it to about 13 for now. And push it up here. And then round this off to -6. Okay, so now let's go start working on this side. Okay, so now all we need to do is wrap this around in a kind of like a reverse L shape, going from here up to the start or the finish point over there. So we can do that by copying this one, and then we can just shift it this way a bit, and then move it up here. I'm going to scale it up by another 2, so 7, 8, 9, and then we can shift it up, put it at 0, and then put it at 2, I think. So that should now connect our two sides together perfectly. There we go. Okay, so now we can copy that and then shift it on the x-axis by 2 and then scale it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be 9 plus 5, I believe. Then we can shift it down on the z-axis to 1. Or did we have it right the first time? I think we had it right the first time. Okay, so let's go and put it at 1.5, and that puts it in line on that side, and then it also puts it in line on that side. So anything we have to do now is scale this one by 1 unit on the x-axis. So that's going to go to, nope, that's going to go to, I think it needs to be 2 units actually. So 6, 7, 8. Nope, 1 plus 2 is 8, and then we'll move it like that. So we'll put that one there, and then we just need to go and scale this one up 1 unit. So this is 13, it's going to be 14, and then we'll push it up like that, and then round this off to -5.5. And there we have it. That is now our second level complete. So let us just go and press play and see if this actually works. So our level is spinning round. You can see that I can't move through our walls, which is great. That's what we want. But if I move backwards, you can see now that I can move all the way to our finishing point, which is going to be right there. But not only can I go this way, I can also go from here down here, up there, and then through there, and then all the way up to the finish point over there. All right, so what's important about this game later on, what we'll do, or what we'll try and do, is try and try our best to get our levels to actually position themselves in the middle, so that when the game actually rotates, or when the camera rotates around the center point, the game itself is in the middle, because you can see that this one is kind of shifted to the left of the screen over here, which is not really what we want. And that may just be because the actual level of the shape or the size of the level is not square, maybe. But that is going to be it for our second level. I mean, it's not exactly hard, but what am I doing? We need to go this way and then zoom in a little bit. So this is our first level, and if you look here, it kind of looks exactly like this one that we try to build. You start over here, which is this point here. You can either go down and then left, which you can go down and then left, or you can go straight and right round. I mean, we messed this bit up a little bit, but we don't. It doesn't really matter. We'll probably remake this level anyway later on in the future. Okay, so let us now go to our level 1 prefab, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag our sphere into our prefabs, and then, or let's drag it in now. So we're going to create a sphere out of our out of our endpoint, just so that we can reuse this in our level 2. So let's go and put this one over here somewhere. So let's focus on it. So y obviously needs to be 0, or it might be in 0.5. So that is kind of in the middle. Yeah, it's going to be 0.5. So what is it? No, it might be 0. yeah, there it is, 0, so it's in the middle. And then we also want it in the middle this way. So this is going to be 1. And then this, I believe, is going to be 7. Okay, so let's just go and double check that. So I'm going to zoom out on top of it. So I mean, it's not the best, but it's just like a placeholder for now. So we'll save that. And then that should be fine, I guess, for level 2. So let's just play the game quickly and see what happens. So obviously the collision with our sphere is not going to work because of the way we set up our raycast to stop our cube from going out of our maze. But we will figure that out in hopefully the next episode. What else do we want to do? So let's go and start. I can't remember what I said we were going to do. There was something else that I wanted to do. I can't remember, but I'll go back and watch this video and see what it is. But for now, what I can remember is we need to create a small little panel. So let's create a new panel. And this is going to be our level complete. Why can't I spell? This is going to be our level complete panel. So we want to scale this so that let's focus on our canvas. So here's our panel. So let's go and resize that so that it doesn't fill up our entire screen. Let's go and position it in the middle. So that's going to be over there somewhere, like that. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Something like that, maybe. Put it back in the middle. And then we will change the color of it to be like a tinted blue color just for now. Change the opacity to be less so you can't really see much through it. Something like that. And then let's go and add some text onto here. So UI text. This is going to be level complete. Okay, level completed. We'll bold that, put it in center, and then we will make it a little bit bigger by dragging it out like that, putting it at the top and in the middle, and then I'll change the size to about 60. We'll change the size to about 80. I'm going to make this capital letters. We will redesign the UI of this game later on in the game and make it actually look decent. But for now, we will just do that, and then on our underneath that text, we will add another text. Where is it? UI text. You don't want it to be a, what is it? We don't want it. We'll move that one on top. What am I doing? Okay, so this one we will move down, and this is just going to be a message that says level completed in so many, well, for now we'll put 20 moves, something like that. We'll center that as well, make it slightly bigger so that we can actually see it. What is it? It's 36. We'll make it about 50. And we'll put it in the middle somewhere, and then we will go and scale it up. Not like that. We'll go and scale it up. Something like this. We could probably make that bigger to about 60. We'll also make it bold. And then for our panel, I'm just going to make it so that you can't see through it, so that we can actually see the writing of our game. So that's fine. So now what we also want to do is we want to have a button on it. So we'll add a little bit of a button to the bottom of it. Somewhere over there. Let's just go and scale that up so that we can actually see it. So that is going to be at the middle bottom of the button. And then the text on it, which is over here, we can go and say next level. Make it bold, make it a lot bigger to about 40, and then we will change, actually I'll make that bigger to about 50. And then for the button color, let's just go and say, we'll make it green, and then for our text, we can make our text, not that one. For our text, where's our text? Yeah, for our text color, we can make it like a bluish color. Kind of want it to be a little bit bigger or a lot darker, but it's not really working. So we'll leave it like that, and then we'll, actually we can add an outline. Nope, we'll leave that later. We'll do that later. Like I said, the UI of the game is not that important right now because we will redesign it later on. So this is the level complete panel that you'll get presented to you when you go and interact with your, when you go and collide or trigger the endpoint of the game. We're going to go and display that. So at, what am I doing? Why am I pressing play? So at the start of the game, the level panel should be disabled. And then on our UI manager, which I believe is over here somewhere, there it is. Let's go and edit this. And in here, we will create a reference to this. So here I was going to say serialized field, private game object. This is going to be our level complete panel. So let's see. I don't think we're not going to set this up right now because I think I'm going to think about how to do it so that we can do it in the correct way. And plus this video is getting to 20 minutes long now, so we're going to want to end this here. But that is it for today. So in the next episode, we will go and start working on, or start finishing this part of the video, which is getting the endpoint trigger to go and disable and enable the panel that we just created, the level complete panel. But we also want to go and start working on trying to work on the start, assigning a start position to each level so that when we present or when we go and instantiate a new level into the scene, we can go and position the cube in the right place. So we'll work on that in the next video. But for today, this is it. And so thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So thank you again, and goodbye.